Hello students, now let's start with our third video. In this we are going to discuss about the Fisher's Z transformation test, which is also a small sample test. Let's hope that you have a clear view regarding the t-test and its applications. Now let's move on and start with the Fisher's Z transformation test. Now introduction. T-test is used if the value of population correlation coefficient is 0. Let's hope that you have remembered till this video that in the previous videos you have discussed that the population coefficient correlation is 0 and the sample coefficient correlation, the value of R is given to you. So t-test is applied where the population coefficient correlation is 0. While if the population coefficient correlation is other than 0, then the Fisher's Z transformation test is to be used. Okay. Now Fisher's Z test is used to find the confidence intervals for both R. Both R means if two samples are given or two values of R are given, so then in that case. For both R and differences between the correlations. But most commonly it is used to test the significance of the difference between the two correlation coefficients R1 and R2 from the independent samples. Here the samples are independent. Now Fisher's Z test is also based on certain assumptions. Now these assumptions are the distribution of Z is approximately normal and tends to normality rapidly as the sample is increased. Means if you go on increasing the size of the sample, the normality tends to apply soon. The standard error of Z is approximately 1 divided by square root of n minus 3, which is independent of the value of correlation. As you see in the formula, there is no R, so the standard error of the Z is independent of the value of correlation. No effect of correlation in the standard error. The distribution is bivariate normal. Bivariate normal, that we have already discussed earlier, that both variables are normally distributed. The data are not too skewed and do not contain extreme outliers. This is the fourth assumption. And the last assumption is two independent groups of different sample sizes are given to you. Now next one is the features of Z transformation test. The Fisher's Z transformation test, Fisher's Z transformation is a way to transform the sampling distribution of Pearson's R, that is coefficient of correlation, so that it becomes normally distributed. That is, the main thing is to transform the sampling distribution so as to make them the normally distributed. The Z in the Fisher's Z stands for a value of Z score. Fisher transformation is mainly associated with Pearson's R for bivariate normal data, but it can also be used for Spearman rank correlation coefficient in some cases. Mostly it is used for Pearson's coefficient of correlation, but in some cases it can be used for the Spearman rank correlation. The transformation converts the skewed and bounded sampling distribution of R into a normal distribution for Z. The standard error of the transformed distribution is 1 divided by square root of n minus 3, which doesn't depend on the correlation. It is independent of the value of correlation. The Fisher transformation is exceptionally useful for the small sample sizes because the sampling distribution of the Pearson correlation is highly skewed for small number of items. When number of items or n is large, the sampling distribution of Pearson correlation is approximately normal, that we have already stated. As the number of items are increased, the normality is going to increase, except for extreme correlations. Now background, just is in the case of the t-test, the background is there. Similarly, who has invented this? In the year 1921, R.A. Fisher studied the correlation of bivariate normal data and discovered a wonderful transformation that converts the skewed distribution of a sample correlation into a distribution that is approximately normal. So who invented this? R.A. Fisher in the year 1921 for bivariate normal data, for transforming the skewed data into the normal data or in a normally distributed data, that is Z. The transformation is called as the Fisher-Z transformation. Now applications, similarly just in the case of the t-test there are 4 applications, and in this case also there are applications. We are having 2 applications and must consider one case that in both 2 applications the value of coefficient correlation is the main component. So the first application is to test whether an observed value of R differs significantly from the hypothetical value. Similarly, the same case in the t-test, a hypothetical value of R is compared with the observed value of R. And the second is testing the significance of the difference between the 2 independent sample coefficient of correlations. Now first application or first use of the Z is where the observed values of R differ significantly from the value of population R. Now procedure, first of all similarly we have to set the null hypothesis that P is equal to P naught, that means the population value of R is equal to the correlation of the sample, that is the population correlation coefficient is equal to the specified value, and there is no difference between the R and P, where R stands for the sample correlation coefficient and P stands for the population correlation coefficient. The value of R and P are changed into Z transformation by using this formula. Then after the Z transformation, the standard error of Z is worked out by using 1 divided by square root of n minus 3, and finally the value of Z is computed as follows: the 2 values of Z transformation and 1 value of standard error of Z, and after computing or after calculating the values we will get the value of the Z. Now let's elaborate it with the help of an example. Test the significance of the coefficient of correlation where R is equal to 0.5 discovered in a sample of 19. Here the sample size is 19 and the value of the sample correlation is R is equal to 0.5. And paired of observation against the hypothetical correlation, that is population correlation, is 0.7. Now apply the Fisher-Z test as 2 sample correlations are given. 2 correlation values are given. One is sample correlation and second one is population correlation coefficient. And since the number is less than 30, that is a small sample test. So you can apply the Fisher's Z transformation test. Let's hope you understand about the real concept or the basic concept of the where we have to apply the Fisher's Z transformation test. Now let's take the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis that P is equal to 0.7. that it is equal to population or a hypothetical correlation, and it is not equal to hypothetical correlation or the population correlation. Here R and P are given as 0.5 and 0.7. Now similarly, simply apply the Z transformation for R. Just equate the values and you will get this value 0.549. And now Z transformation for P values, and you will get the value of ZP as 0.868. Simply you have to apply the values and applying the Fisher's Z test, that is ZR minus ZP divided by standard error of the Z. Standard error of Z is equal to 1 divided by square root of n minus 3. So after calculating you have the value of 1.276. This is your calculated value. Now simply just in the previous cases we have to compare the calculated values with the tabulated values, that is from the table values. And if the calculated values is less than the tabulated value, we will accept the null hypothesis. And if the calculated value is more than the tabulated values, so we will clearly reject the null hypothesis. Now since here the calculated value is 1.276, which is far less than 1.96, which is a tabulated value, so we accept the null hypothesis at 5% level of confidence and conclude that the population correlation coefficient is 0.7. Now consider the second application or uses of the Z, Fisher's transformation Z test. That is the difference between the 2 independent sample correlation coefficient. In this case, 2 correlation coefficients values are given to you. Procedure is same, that is you have to set the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. Then you have to get the two values of the Z transformation by using the formula Z is equal to 1.1513 log to the base 10 into 1 plus R divided by 1 minus R. Then standard error of difference is calculated in the same way, that is square root of 1 minus n 1 divided by square root of n minus 3 plus 1 divided by n2 minus 3 under the square root. Finally, the value of Z is computed same. Now let's elaborate it with the help of an example. The following data give the sample sizes and correlation coefficient. Test the significance of the difference between the values using the Fisher's Z test. Here consider it carefully. Two sample sizes are given. One is 5 and one is 12. Both sample sizes are less than 30. Then the values of 2R are given. So we can't apply the T test. We have to apply the F test. Fisher's Z transformation test. Now let's take the hypothesis that there is no significant difference between the two correlation coefficient, that is P1 is equal to P2, and alternative hypothesis is that they are not equal to each other. Now by applying the Z transformation for the first sample, that is R1, where the value of R1 is given to you as 0.87. So after applying all the values, you will get the value of Z1 as 1.33. Then in the case of R2, that is 0.56, you will get the value of Z2. Simply you have to apply the values in for the standard error of Z, that is 1 divided by 5 minus 3 and 1 divided by 12 minus 3 square root, and you will get the value of 0.78. Now applying the Fisher's Z test, you will get the value as 0.9. Since here also the calculated value of Z is far less than the tabulated value of 1.96 at 5% level of significance, so we accept the null hypothesis and conclude that the difference is not significant. Now let's hope with these two examples you are having a very clear view in your mind that when to apply the Fisher's Z transformation test and when to apply the T test. Thank you.